In the heart of Russia lies Nizhny Novgorod, a city with centuries of history, grand cathedrals, and the flowing Volga River winding through its frozen winters. But few stories from this city have gripped the imagination and fear of its people quite like the one I'm about to tell you. This is not a legend. It happened, and those who lived through it will never forget.
And it began during one of the harshest winters in recent memory. The year was 2010. Temperatures dropped to a bone-cracking -30 degrees Celsius. Snow blanketed the city in silence. Ice crusted over roads and rooftops. The cold was so brutal, even the strongest stray dogs were found frozen on the streets. But it wasn't just humans struggling to survive.
Deep in the surrounding forests of the Volga region, the wolves were starving. Natural prey was scarce. Smaller animals had burrowed underground, herds had migrated, and so the wolves, wild, hungry, and desperate, did something they had never done before. They came into the city. At first it was subtle, tracks in the snow just outside farm fences, faint howls at night that seemed too close, a few torn-up trash bags. Then a farmer just outside the city limits reported something terrifying. His goats had been slaughtered, all of them. Not taken for food, just killed and torn apart. The next night, it happened again. This time to a woman's dog. The chain had been broken, the collar torn off. Blood led into the woods.
Local police didn't know what to make of it. Wolves didn't behave like this. They avoided humans. They never ventured this deep into populated areas. But the evidence was undeniable. Within a week, the wolves were being spotted within the city's limits, moving through alleyways at night, darting between parked cars, even appearing near schools and playgrounds. Residents took videos, grainy, shaky clips showing dark shapes moving in eerie silence. The images went viral across Russian social media, and then the attacks began. A man walking home from the night shift was found dead near the train yard, his body mauled, his coat shredded. At first, officials thought it was a dog attack, but experts confirmed the bite marks were too large, and there were too many of them. These were wolves, and they weren't just scavenging, they were hunting.
Panic swept through the community. Schools shortened hours, children were kept indoors, supermarkets ran out of meat as people stocked up to avoid late-night shopping. Residents began carrying knives, sticks, even baseball bats just to take out the trash. And strangest of all, the wolves showed no fear. They didn't flee at the sound of cars. They stared directly at people from a distance. One woman said she saw a wolf sitting on her apartment's snow-covered balcony, just watching.
Biologists and wildlife officials were stunned. They theorized that the pack had lost its alpha and become unstable, or that desperation had triggered a new aggressive behavior. Others believed this was a highly organized pack, one that had adapted to urban life. Several wolves were eventually captured or killed by hunters and patrol teams. But the sightings continued, sporadic, random, one day near a frozen market, another near the riverbank. The pack had become unpredictable and elusive. Then, just as suddenly as they had appeared, they vanished. No one knows why. Maybe they found food elsewhere. Maybe enough of the pack had been eliminated. Or maybe, just maybe, they never left and simply retreated, waiting, watching from the woods once again.
To this day, the story of the Wolves of Nizhny Novgorod lives on in local memory. Residents still tell their children, don't go near the forest when the snow is deep. Don't walk alone after dark, because sometimes when winter turns cruel, the wild doesn't wait at the edge of the city. It walks right in.